Welcome to the 25 Keys to Love, where you learn to transform negative behavior in your emotional life and create enriching relationships. So this is what happens when the strongest aspect to your moon, which represents emotional life, need for security, is from Uranus. So imagine that your partner has this moon-Uranus connection. How are they? What attracted you to them? Well, they'll be kind of electric, exciting, unpredictable, and they'll be sort of restless. They get bored easy, always wanting to do something new, on the move. They can't relax. Like you want to settle down in front of a nice TV film. They kind of maybe can do that for a while, but they think it's a waste of time. But one of the things that's really difficult to grasp with the Moon Uranus is the very in your face. They're very there, and suddenly they cut the connection, or it's like an electric circuit breaker. Suddenly you can't connect at all. They've gone somewhere. You just don't know how to, you just don't know how to get the emotional connection back. And the reason that they act like this is that something in the family environment was really unpredictable. There was some kind of instability, maybe frequent moves, and very likely the mother was unable to relate emotionally. Sometimes the mother is kind of friends, but there's no kind of nurturing aspects of the relation to the mother, and because the mother didn't attend to the child's needs, the person developed this kind of detachment. They detached emotionally from the mother to protect themselves. So what do you have to do when you're with a person that's got this kind of influence? First of all, you're going to feel this loss of connection occasionally. It's almost also at times like there's a kind of electric fence around them. You don't really dare you don't know if you're going to get a shock or kind of rejected in some way. You're going to feel this lack of remoteness and a lack of intimacy, a sort of remoteness, or an unwillingness to commit emotionally. But actually, these people, they need emotional closeness. It's what they didn't have. So your job is to give them that, even if you feel there's a kind of an electric fence. Ignore the electricity, get physical. They want to be touched and they want to be held. They need to be healed in a way. But anyway, Moon, Uranus and a partner's horoscope makes for an exciting relationship. Lots of travel, busy social life, a lot of personal development, so it's quite stimulating. So what happens if you have the Moon Uranus? Why do you act like you do, and what can you do about it? Probably you're kind of nervous, about making connections, and are nervous about sort of belonging, being dependent on someone. And often you kind of, you might not know this, but you kind of react in a contrarian way, do exactly the opposite of what people expect. You're kind of testing the waters. Will there be a good bond if you act sort of in a kind of way? And then when you're threatened emotionally, you'll disconnect emotionally. You space out. It's a bit like being detached from a mothership in space. It's just a little cord connecting you. And then there's this other thing about Moon Uranus. They're very aware. You'll be very aware. So it's like, in a way, it's really intelligent. But you're also very unaware. You're unaware of your emotional needs. You examine your feelings rationally. And, there's this thing, why did you develop this? And, it's to do with the family upbringing. Mother, maybe she's just friendly, but, kind of remote. There may have been some emotional shocks in childhood, real shocks that shook you out of your body, so you actually kind of detached from your body. And there may have been a lot of moving around, so you just formed loose bonds, but didn't kind of develop sort of loyalty, you could say. So what you need to do to get your relationship kind of humming is you have to understand you're good at, like, observing your behavior and other people. So you have to understand what's the trigger mechanism that makes you disconnect. You have to study the emotional dynamics of things. And also don't over prioritize friends. You see, friends are easy because you don't have to make the deep emotional bond. Partnerships are difficult because you have to get devoted. Learn to relax with your partner, cuddle. You need the physical contact because you're kind of a little bit out of your body. But anyway, when you're conscious of this kind of behavior, you can attain a really deep emotional connection with your partner and overcome any feelings of alienation and remoteness.